Hey everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create LearnWorlds user on Cognito Form submission. So let's suppose I am an online educator and I am collecting all my leads with the help of Cognito Forms. Now whenever there is a new form submission in my Cognito Forms, I automatically want to create this as a user in my LearnWorlds. Now doing this manually will be a very tedious and a time consuming task, so I am going to automate this process, and with the help of Pabbly Connect I am going to build a connection in such a way that whenever I receive a new form submission in my Cognito Forms, a user will be automatically created in my LearnWorlds. If you want to learn this amazing automation step by step, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to see how to create LearnWorlds user on Cognito Form submission. So here I have created an automation workflow with the help of Pabbly Connect, where I am going to do a form submission in my Cognito Forms, and if a user is created in my LearnWorlds, this means this automation workflow is working fine, and for that I am going to open my form in Cognito Form and do a test submission from there. So let's quickly open my Cognito Forms. This is my registration form and I am going to fill some dummy details in all these fields. So here I have entered few details. The name is new, last name is user, email address is new123@pabblytudes.com, phone number is this, and the city is Bhopal, and now I am going to click on this submit. Here I have successfully made this form submission and this user should be created in my LearnWorlds. So let's open my account, and from over here I am going to refresh this page once. And here I can see that I have instantly created this new user. The name was new user, email address was new123@pabblytudes.com. So this is how this automation workflow will run. And now to learn how to create this, let's start creating this from the beginning. In this video, we are going to learn how to create LearnWorlds user on Cognito Form submission. For this, we are going to create automation between LearnWorlds and Cognito Forms with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly, and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com/connect/inr/ in your browser. Now after browsing the website, we need to sign into a Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on this sign in, and if you are a new user, click on the sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll click on this sign in. And here all Pabbly apps page has appeared, which is showing me all the Pabbly applications. Here I need to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And it has taken me to this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders that I have created over here. Now if you want to create a new folder, you simply have to click on this plus icon, and from here you can create a new folder. For now I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow button, and first I need to provide the workflow name, and then I have to select the folder in which I want to save that workflow. So first let's name this workflow as how to create LearnWorlds user on Cognito Form submission, and now I need to select my folder. So these are the folders that have been created, and I want to select this forms automation and then click on create. Now as soon as I click on create, two boxes have appeared in front of me. One is trigger, other is action. So trigger says when this happens and action says do this. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger in a workflow, but as many as action applications as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to create LearnWorlds user on Cognito Form submission, which means whenever there will be a Cognito Form submission, a user will be automatically created in my LearnWorlds, which means whenever there will be a Cognito Form submission, this complete workflow here will get triggered, because trigger says when this happens. So whenever Cognito Form submission happens and then action says do this, then create LearnWorlds user. So here in my trigger application, I'm going to take Cognito Forms. And here in my trigger event, I have to take this new entry. Now I need to make connection between Pabbly Connect and Cognito Forms, for which a webhook URL is provided to me, and this URL is going to act as a bridge to connect my Cognito Forms with Pabbly Connect. So reading this help desk, I am going to make this connection, and to make this connection, let me open my Cognito Forms. So this is my Cognito Forms, and these are the forms that have been created. I want to select this registration form, so I am going to open this. And under this build, I can see on the left hand side I have this option of post JSON data to our website. So I am going to open this and remove this previously existing webhook URL, go back to Pabbly Connect, copy this webhook URL and paste that webhook URL over here, and then I simply have to click on this save. Here the changes have been saved successfully. Now I'm going to click on this publish. But first let's go back to Pabbly Connect, and over here I can see this waiting for the webhook response, and under this it is written, now log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. Now this means so as to get the webhook response over here, I need to do a submission in my Cognito Forms, and if I receive the response after doing the submission here in this workflow, this means the connection setup that we have created is working perfectly fine. So I'm going to open my form, and for that I'm going to click on this link given over here, and then I'm going to fill some dummy details on all these fields. So let's say my first name is latest, my last name is user, my email address is latest444@pabblytudes.com, my phone number is this, and my city is, let's say, Indore, and then I'm going to click on this submit. Here I have successfully done the form submission, and this response should be received in my Pabbly Connect workflow. So I'll go back to Pabbly Connect, and if I scroll down, I can see that I have successfully instantly received the response. Here the phone number that we entered was this one. The first name was latest, last name was user. Email address was latest444@pabblytudes.com, and the city was Indore. Now as soon as I've done the form submission, I have received the response here. This means the connection setup that we have created with the help of this webhook URL between Pabbly Connect and Cognito Forms, that is successful. And now whenever someone will make the form submission in my Cognito Forms, I will start receiving the response here in this workflow. Now moving on to the next step, whenever there is a form submission, I want to create user in my LearnWorlds. So here in my action application, I am going to take LearnWorlds. And then in my action event, I have to take this create user. Now I have to click on this connect. So if you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection. And now to make this connection, we have to enter all these details. So the first one is API URL. So to get this, I am going to follow the help desk given below this field, which is provide API URL. Set the API URL you received from settings developers API. So to get this, we are going to open our LearnWorlds account. So this is my LearnWorlds account, and over here I'm going to open this go to school. On the left hand side I can see all these options. Here I have to click on the settings, and then I have to click on this developers. So over here I'm provided with all of these details, and first I need to enter the API URL. So I'm going to copy that URL from over here and paste that over here. And then I'm going to do the same for all the fields, client ID, and then the client secret, which I am provided again in this page. So I'm going to copy the client secret and the client ID. And now after entering all these details, I simply have to click on this save. Here I have successfully connected my LearnWorlds account with Pabbly Connect, and I have to enter all these details. So the first one is that I have to enter the email. Now I'm not going to enter this manually. Instead, I'm going to use a method called mapping, which means I'm going to enter data from my previous response. Now, when I click on this email field, this Cognito Forms will appear in front of me, and when I click on this, I can see all the response that I've received from there. So the email address that we received was latest444@pabblytudes.com, and then I need to enter the username. So here in my response, I have received the username as latest user, and then I do not want to create the password. I want the user to create the password, so I am going to leave this field blank. Now the subscribed for marketing emails here indicates whether the user has agreed to receive the marketing emails. True if she has agreed and thus should receive marketing emails, or false if she has not. So I am going to select this as true because I want the user to receive the emails, and then should sign up validation rules to be applied, I want to select this as false, and as admin I want to select this as false. Now I do not want to create the tags or create this user in a particular tag, so I'm again going to leave this field blank. The other fields like the FC term, LC term, I have not received the response, so I am going to leave this blank. But if you have received the response for any of these fields, you can enter following the same process. In the location, I have also received the response as the city, which is Indore. So I have entered that. Now over here, mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in these fields. Manually entering the data will make these fields static, and the information will not change even if you have received the new response. Over here, if I manually enter any detail, this field will become static, and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep these fields dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. Now after entering all these details, I simply have to scroll down and then I have to click on the save and send test request. And here I can see that I have received the response, and this response is a positive one, and I have also received the ID of this user. Now I need to open my LearnWorlds account and check whether this user has been created there or not. So over here, this is the dashboard, and on the left hand side I can see all these options. Here I am going to click on this users, and then we can see that we have instantly created this latest user also. The name was latest user, email address was latest444@pabblytudes.com. Now to check this automation workflow one last time, I am going to again open my Cognito Forms and do another form submission with some other details. So let's say my name is current user, then my email address is current55@pabblytudes.com, then my phone number is this, and then the city is Bhopal. Now I'm going to click on this submit, and as soon as I've done the form submission, this user should be created in my LearnWorlds account. So let's open my account and let's refresh this page once. And here I can see that I have instantly and automatically created this current user. The email address was current55@pabblytudes.com. So now to summarize, we took Cognito Forms as a trigger application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect with the help of this webhook URL. We made the form submission and received the response over here. Then we moved to the next step where we wanted to create the user, so we took LearnWorlds as our action application. We entered all these details with the help of a method called mapping. Simply clicked on the save and send test request and received the response as this user been created in my LearnWorlds account. So this is how this automation workflow will run, and we have successfully created automation between Cognito Forms and LearnWorlds with the help of Pabbly Connect. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.